Welcome back, fellow fighters. I'm Scotty Combat, and we have some more Mortal Kombat 1 news. Now, actually, whether this is directly Mortal Kombat 1 news, I can't verify, but it could be applied to Mortal Kombat 1, so I definitely want to have a discussion about it. And I just want to jump straight to that. That news is the voice actress for Jade has been in talks with NetherRealm. And for those that don't know, this is the voice actress for Jade in Mortal Kombat 11. I want to give a huge shout out to one of my subscribers who left this comment on the channel. Honestly, it doesn't matter what time it is. It was 2 a.m. I saw this comment, and it sent me down the rabbit hole. In a nutshell, she was answering fan questions. I'll go ahead and play the clip, and then I want to have a discussion about this.
Mela, can I tell you some really sad news? I heard that Mortal Kombat 3 is canceled in Mortal Kombat, and Jade is still coming, if you don't mind asking. I can't answer that question, but thank you for asking it. I can tell you that NetherRealm took me out to breakfast, and we have plans. I'm so glad that you love McAvoy, that you loved Jade. I'm sure there's more storylines for Jade. I just don't know where they will be or when they're coming.
So it's very, very recent. Yes, Jade's voice actress is working with NetherRealm. They went out to breakfast. I know the haters can say, well, they probably just took her out to breakfast because they really like her, you know? But for me, it obviously says something. I feel like there's something in the works, and I'm not saying it's guaranteed to be Mortal Kombat 1 or the next game. I really don't know. It's like NRS is notorious for not being able to speak on big fan reaction. The first time it went around that Mortal Kombat 1 was dead, there was no communication from NRS. This was during Season 3. Though I do think it's more fair to say this time around, with leakers speaking on it, that it's been more loud. As far as gaming magazines commenting on it, making articles about it, they were also doing this back in Season 3 as well. I think it's fair to share both sides in this and trying to make an understanding. Of course, I'm heavily biased towards MK1 succeeding because I really enjoy Mortal Kombat 1, and genuinely I really enjoy seeing voices for both sides. I want to see the reasons for why MK1 is still going to happen, or the reasons why it won't happen. So if you guys never seen this creator, this is Nick Ops, and he does defend the idea that MK1 is not dead. I listened to the video and I thought there's some very good convincing points in there, and here's a really good point that he shares in his video. A lot of people make the comparison that MK11 sold more units than MK1. I want to say at the time of comparison between the two, MK11 was at 8 million copies and MK1 was at 4 million copies. But something that isn't getting considered enough when people are bringing this up is that MK1 only came out on next-gen consoles, excluding the Switch. I want to share this statement from his video because I didn't think about this myself, and it's a really good point. There's a lot of people that don't have the current gen Xbox and PlayStation, and I would think WB and NRS would take this into consideration. I think it'd be a little ludicrous to expect MK1 to outsell MK11 whenever you're cutting out a large portion of your audience and what they can play it on. So I want to bring this back to another point. Ed Boon was very happy with the sales of the game by his post by saying Mortal Kombat 1 has still remained in the top 20 games, and this was almost a year later. Yeah, a leaker did share that Chaos Reigns didn't sell well, and that's the reason they're moving on. I know we've all heard the name Fate Unknown a million times by now, but he could be right, or it could be part of the reason why he left, because he was spot on with everything up until possibly his last post, and then he made his departure. If you want to say that I'm coping, I don't care, because I genuinely do think there is a chance for MK1, but of course the reason why I could say I wouldn't be surprised if they went ahead and decided to go on to the next Mortal Kombat game is because they do have a track record that is NRS and Ed Boon is saying that the game will last longer and then cutting it early. What does make me happy either way is that Mortal Kombat seems to be going somewhere, whether it's a new game or MK1 continuing. This could be something small, this could be something big. I check every day, I want to know. Another thing I want to add to the conversation is Mortal Kombat is definitely not dead for the hardcore fans. Mortal Kombat has a massive fan base. I do ask myself this question, and I can answer it on both ends, so this one's confusing, and I want to know your guys' take. Why hasn't NetherRealm responded to the giant allegations of MK1 being cancelled? When I try to think about it, I don't know how it would be beneficial to not respond to something like this, unless the only responses they're giving is by being like, hey, double experience weekend, or showing it through content right now that's still being released. On the other hand, it can be made as an example for a company to not respond to bad times and to show that it can have a consistency to not have to answer to those kind of questions. Similar to Season 3 when everybody was kicking MK down saying that the game was done. I'm not saying it was a good thing that they didn't respond, but with such a massive audience, what kind of answer can they give? I think it would have been better had they communicated with us during that time, because there was a delay on content. They extended the season by 2 weeks. It was apparent there was many bugs in the game, there was no crossplay. However, they still showed they're not going to answer to anybody and still continue to make content. And I think that could be the case here because we still don't have official word. Some people don't like the conversation anymore. However, I love this game, so I want to see more. I do think it is a very interesting spectacle because I can see some MK creators saying that yes, MK1 MK1 is still alive and it's going to continue. And then on the other hand, see other MK creators say that, yeah, all the signs are there. I think MK1's done. And I do want to share that both sides that I've seen from these content creators are people that do enjoy Mortal Kombat 1. That way both takes are fair. I do think Mortal Kombat 1 is one of the best Mortal Kombat games we've gotten in a long time. It definitely had a rough start, but the foundation of the game was already there. It really is going to suck for me if this rumor is true and MK1 is cancelled. The game was already fun at launch, but they really did fine-tune it and add enough to it to make it a really fun experience. Mortal Kombat's so big, there's communities in each corner. I mean, for real, MK is so big, there's people that can make content just off not liking the game. But it does bring me to a point I want to bring up that if Mortal Kombat 1 is cancelled, I'm still going to continue playing Mortal Kombat 1. I just ran a poll asking you guys what you would like to see more of on this channel. There's still plenty of video ideas that I have that I'd like to put out there, and at the same time I really like playing against a lot of you, so I wanted to ask if you'd prefer to see me play more live. Something I haven't done is like the history of Mortal Kombat and lore videos. That'd be something fun to do. And as most of you do know, I do live stream on here several times a week. Live streaming's not what I had in mind when I made this channel, but it's become a very fun experience, so it is something I'm considering doing more if that's something you guys want to do as well. I may start covering other Mortal Kombat games and going live with them as well. We only have 2 more DLC characters to go. Conan's coming up and then we'll have T1000. The future of Mortal Kombat's going to be very telling after T1000. I think it's very possible we'll see a couple cameos, maybe a main roster character, and that's only if Fate Unknown's post was true. Again, there was other leakers out there with contradicting information. The only thing consistent was that MK1 is cancelled. I don't know, it really does keep my mind racing because there's been a lot of discussion about Jade being in Mortal Kombat 1. They just took the voice actress out to breakfast. I want to know what's going on. Is it for the new game? Is it for MK1? I'm surprised she was even allowed to say that she did go out to breakfast with NetherRealm Studios, but it's still definitely under lock and key because she can't say which game it's for. She doesn't know. Well, I feel like she does know, but she can't say it, which is consistent with everyone else at NRS right now, so that just makes sense. Regardless of the news, the diehard Mortal Kombat fans aren't going anywhere. I do see that there's Injustice fans out there that want to see Mortal Kombat take a break so they can get Injustice 3, but Mortal Kombat's always been my jam. I'm gonna ride the wave all the way until the next Mortal Kombat game. In the meantime, I might jump around on some other Mortal Kombat games to play on live just to have some fun with you guys. So for Jade fans, it does sound like we can probably expect her in MK1 or in the next MK game. By the way, I just did share that poll yesterday asking you guys what you'd like to see more of on this channel. It's got about 500 votes, so you can also voice it in the comments. Making Mortal Kombat content and meeting so many Mortal Kombat fans has been amazing. I do have optimism for MK1 right now, and if it does go south, I'm not going anywhere, because I really like making this content. I love connecting with you guys. Now, I think a big highlight to share is that we are getting a new Mortal Kombat game. We don't know what it is yet. It could just be a side game or a remaster. I'll be following that closely as it gets closer. Some people aren't fans of MK11, but I actually really enjoy MK11 too. I just prefer MK1. I think MK11 crushed it on customization, intros, outros. I personally like the intros and outros. If they do away with cameos in the next game, I really won't be surprised. If we don't get mechanics similar to MK1, I wouldn't mind seeing the run mechanic again. Please do like and subscribe to support this channel. It truly does mean a lot. Regardless of which MK game you prefer, there's a lot of positive Mortal Kombat fans this way. I do want to give a big thanks to you guys, because your likes and support help so much. I was just notified I hit 15,000 hours of public watch time, and I have over 2,000 subscribers. Seriously, these milestones wouldn't be possible without your support. So again, thank you everyone. I'm in my favorite community. If you want to catch me live, you can expect to see me on around 7 p.m. Eastern time. Much love everyone. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and I will see you in the next live or the next video. Take care.